and Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948. And still, it set out the vision for the world, but unfortunately, we are far away, even though to achieve the first fundamental goals. Actually, MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, and Sustainable Development Goals, final as a mechanism to make governments to keep their commitments. So everyone also blames the United Nations, but everyone also asks their governments to keep their promise, what they sign at the UN for their own government. So therefore, it is good to remember, to remind ourselves and to remind our governments to keep their commitment. Actually, I must say, I admire India's efforts and works at the UN. I can say for the same for Turkey. So, yes, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the first Article 1 is, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Everything all today is talk about, suggests what we have to get there. We are reaching 75th anniversary of the United Nations. This is the one every member state must sign in order to become member states of the United Nations. We are discussing to get there, how to get there. So this is Article 1. And today, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. And Article 19, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. So these are the supposedly we all achieved by now, but we are far away, as we all know. So the third point I'd like to get in connection with this particular session, secularism is human-centered. Children, education, youth, girls, women. And to give a specific example on youth and women in Turkey, with the 13 million youth population between 15 and 24, according to UN, youth population is 18 to 32, but for the European, they took the criteria from 15 to 24 as the youth population of Turkey is about ahead of the 20 European countries such as Belgium, Greece, Swiss, Hungary. So where I like to point is here, again, the first quote I read by Atatürk, Turkey, unfortunately, has been gone far way back, not ahead. Despite 5 million children, they can find registration, no school, they have no registration, no work, no job, no certificate program. So when we are talking about non-violence, then we need to channel, allocate, educate, train, provide opportunities, whatever the levels they are. But those 5 million are potential threats because they have to survive. One of the prior speakers said sometimes people kill to defend or based on the need or desperation. So if we are not able to remove those circumstances, threats will be out there. There are over 15 million, this is not part of my presentation, but it's later, 15 million stateless. We are talking about organ trafficking. So these issues, we are talking about one person's one killing, non-killing. So those core issues should be covered or internationally mobilized to work towards. So I go to next. So secularism is human-centered, children, education, youth, girls and women in 2018. This records mostly because of the secular-like education. Now everyone forced from 3rd or 5th grade age to go to religious school. Now I think it's called forced to go there. And then separation, segregation, girls and boys. It's really heartbreaking, especially in the 21st century, especially we being had all those opportunities. We had the first right to vote, we had the first to be elected to the parliament. And now they put the woman because of the partition, but it's a political term, not the real people, die to serve and work hard to get there. So it's two different things, appointment and maybe going to the democratic system. And democracy is also under question in that context. So just give a few statistics, and I'm going to try to skip some slides. 2018 academician personal statistic in Turkey is 158,098. Within 70,000 to 235 females are versus 87,863 men. With professor title, there are 7,696 men versus 5,611 women with the PhD title in Turkey. So this shows actually Turkey, even the doctors are a combination of Europe, total doctors. Turkey has more doctors than Europe. So these are the product of the secular system. Now it's cooling down, lessening, or people are discouraging. Attacks for women and girls. I don't want to go that. It's a whole another social issue, social and political. So the other side of the coin is Turkey has the highest number of young female population within UN terms as youth 18-24 who are not students, neither they are working or in any form of training programs, those they are unemployed, and that there is no record found that what they actually do or plan for their future. So I am skipping this one. And women, so I'm linking with the UN, women parity grew almost 4 times, not third in the world, so I'm connecting with the global context. The 73rd President of the UN General Assembly pointed out that in the year 2005, it will have taken 30 years to close the gap, gender gap. But now, she told the during the CSW 63rd that if current trend continues, gender parity will not reach for 170 years. So it's not Turkey, it's not US. There is a backward in the global level. Everything is kind of becoming less democratic, less human-centered. So the human development progress has been kept too slow, so that, so I am gonna skip in and maybe as conclusion, so I will read the first part conclusion. Secularism is the key solution to the long overdue problems in the world which embrace all religion, ethnic groups, culture, creed, etc. That community at large is coward versus one religion based, favored, and power over the rest that run by any form of government. Secularism is the solution towards violence against women. Secularism is the solution to building peaceful, resilient societies. Secularism is the only pathway towards providing and sustaining safety for women, children, and all towards full implementation of the UN Security Council Landmark Resolution 1325, peace, women, and safety in the world. So I am skipping this and then closing quotation by Gandhi. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you are in harmony. And this was during the conference presentation. This was our collaboration with Anurag and Shantipan in New York for celebrating Gandhi's 150th anniversary. And this guy, if you don't know, the Indian young courageous guy, take a tour, has been taking a tour in his 3rd year, disseminating Gandhi's peace message. So I produced 4-part interview with him. So thank you so much for listening, and I'm gonna post this document on having. If anyone like to access everything, you can. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it should be separated from the state, and how in different countries and different situations secularism is important to us. She gave very nicely and informed lecture. Now our next speaker is Professor Shubhansi Jain, and Jain has worked as information and systems consultant, director, promoter, almost 4 decades in the United States, Netherlands. He promoted International School for Jain Studies to introduce academic studies of Jainism in universities of North America. ISJS also organizes national and international seminars, publishes books including Gandhi and Jainism, papers and online referred journals. ISJS Transactions. He developed Teachers for Peace program for high school teachers in the United States, now running in its 7th year. Revived Parshnath Vidyapeeth as its president, and Hirala Jain Senior Secondary School, Delhi as manager and chairman since 2012. Received several Indian and overseas awards and citations for contributions in Jain and peace studies. Dr. Jain, now time is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra. I'll talk about moral or value education as the core of primary education in education systems in the schools primarily. My talk will be divided into 5 parts. First, I will talk about the history of education, value education in India. Most of my talk will refer to India. The second will be the impact of that education in the society, on the society that we live. And then what is value education and the transition, how the education system is transiting from the present to the future. And in the end, I will talk about the ISJS initiative. ISJS stands for International School for Jain Studies Initiative. So when we talk of any issue, we say, why talk about it? And when we talk of why, we go in the past. So I will take you in the history of India. See, we all know that in Indian history, when we go to ancient times, we talk of Guru Shishya Parampara of education. What does that mean? A Guru imparts values along with worldly education to the students. Now what happened to that system? India was ruled by foreigners. First the Muslims came, they changed the system of education by their own values, and then the British came. And I will read you a text to show the impact that the rulers have on the education system. And this is the speech, I will quote, this is the speech which Lord Macaulay gave in 1835 in the House of Lords in England. And he said, and this is about education system in India, we must at present do our best to form a class who may be interpreters between us and millions whom we govern. A class of persons, Indian in blood and color, but English in tastes, in opinions, in morals and in intellects. So they changed the whole education system. And what was the intent? They wanted to prolong their presence in India and use those values to change our mindset so that we behave accordingly. Now this continued, and even after our independence, what happened? Mahatma Gandhi believed that education is the process of training the head, that is learning to know, hand, training the hand, learning to do things, and heart, learning to be. The 3 key value which Mahatma Gandhi said should be a part of our education. But what happened? Our government continued with the old education system and